All right, let's dive into something pretty epic. We're talking about Andrew Turtle's massive 7-volume creation series. This is an incredibly ambitious journey that tries to connect science, spirituality, and our own existence, all leading up to this final, 7th book, which is really something special.
But before we get into the details, let's just start with the huge question that this whole series is built on. What if the story of creation isn't just some event that happened billions of years ago? I mean, what if it's not actually finished?
And then, to take it a step further, what if we're not just characters in this cosmic drama? What if we are its co-authors, actively shaping the next chapter with every single thing we do? That's the core idea we're going to unpack today. Now, to really get this, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of this project. The series is a truly monumental journey, spread out over 6 initial books that build on each other, covering everything from the Big Bang all the way to the evolution of consciousness. So the first 6 books are presented as the 6 days of unfolding. You can see how they progress, right? They start with cosmic history, then move into humanity's story, then into the nature of our minds and spirit, and finally, they go deep into mystical cosmology. Each book is like another layer, building this incredibly rich and complex picture of reality. So after 6 books of all this intense creation and unfolding, we finally arrive at the last one, Creation Reflects. And look, this isn't just book 7. No, it's framed as the 7th day, a kind of sacred pause. And this quote right here just flips the whole idea of rest on its head. The series argues that this pause isn't about being tired, it's about integration. This is the moment when creation stops doing and starts reflecting. It becomes aware of what it is. And you can see the difference so clearly here. The first 6 days, they're all about action, about generation, building the universe, healing ourselves, gaining insight. But the 7th day, that's something else entirely. It's about conscious reflection. It's about integrating all those insights and using that quiet moment as a launchpad for whatever comes next. So here's the crucial thing to understand about Creation Reflects. It has this dual purpose. It's the culmination of everything that came before it, for sure, but it's also the catalyst for everything that's to come. It pulls all these threads together to light up the path ahead. But, how does it actually do that? Well, let's get into it. The book summarizes the entire series by zeroing in on what it calls the currents of creation. Think of these as the big recurring themes that have been flowing through all 6 of the previous books. The first one, and this is a big one, is this wild reinterpretation of Genesis. The series suggests that we stop reading it as literal, ancient history and instead see it as a symbolic map, a living, breathing blueprint for how the cosmos and our own consciousness is still evolving. And when you look at it this way, man, it changes everything. The story of Genesis becomes this dynamic, living myth that's totally relevant to us right now. You start to see these patterns of creation repeating everywhere, on every scale. And most importantly, humanity's role totally shifts. We're not just the end product. We are active co-creators in the story. The series even suggests that in this symbolic story, we're just now reaching the threshold of the 3rd day, which is a whole new stage of conscious evolution. Okay, the second major current is this idea that creation is not finished. It's not something that happened way back when. No, it is happening. The universe is a living, intelligent process that is unfolding in real time, right now, through you, through me, through every breath we take. And there are other huge currents that get synthesized in this final book too. The idea that our own spiritual journey is a vital part of evolution. That awakening isn't passive. We are actively making our reality. That the entire universe is fundamentally moving from chaos toward greater coherence. And, finally, that science and mysticism aren't enemies. They're just 2 different ways of looking at a unified whole. So when you weave all of these themes together, you arrive at the ultimate message of the entire series: humanity's incredibly unique and powerful role in this whole unfolding story. We are the co-creators. The series uses this amazing term, the human nexus. Think about it like this. We are the literal living meeting point where the physical, material world intersect with the spiritual, divine reality. Our entire purpose is to be the bridge between those 2 worlds. We're grounded here, right? In the material realm of Earth, evolving biologically. But we're also connected to the spiritual realm of heaven, evolving consciously. And our job, as this bridge, is to pull the material world up toward the divine, while at the same time bringing that divine consciousness down into the material world. And this isn't just some abstract idea. The series actually outlines a practical path forward. First, it's about transmuting our lower self, letting go of those negative patterns to build a solid foundation. Next, it's enhancing our heart intelligence, cultivating real empathy and compassion. From there, it's about activating our inner sight, that third eye, so we can see beyond just the physical stuff. And finally, ascension, which is all about integrating our feminine and masculine energies to become truly whole. And this all leads us to the most powerful conclusion. If creation is still going on, and if we are the ones co-creating it, then the biggest takeaway is this: the future is not written. This quote says it all, doesn't it? This is the fundamental shift in perspective. We have to stop seeing ourselves as just the passive result of evolution and start seeing ourselves as the conscious, active agents of what happens next. So the future isn't some fixed destination we're all hurtling towards. It's more like a field of pure potential that is constantly emerging, and the shape it takes is determined by the quality of awareness and intention that we bring to this very moment. In the end, this entire 7-book journey comes down to this one very personal question. The story of creation is being written right now. We hold the pen. So the only question that really matters is, how are you going to participate?